Why, hello there. Happy Thursday. It is March 3rd. It is the third day of March. And I'm excited because tomorrow I'm probably going to go camping after work, which definitely means there won't be a video not next week, but tomorrow, because I won't be here. I'll be driving. But with that being said, I want to know more about this lawsuit, which is a very interesting concept behind the lawsuit. But if it wins, it's a chance for Austin to be saved. Chances are it won't be. Chances it'll win and people will still vote for the same people in. But lawsuit aims to put every Austin City Council seat on November ballot. That means it's going to be a full house. The whole Austin government will be put on trial on November's ballot, and the victors will be able to rule. This is humongous if won. That's right. Lawsuit seeks to require all 10 Austin City Council district seats to be on the ballot this November, claiming otherwise 24,000 residents shifted from one district to another through redistricting would be denied the opportunity to vote on their elected representative. The lawsuit, if successful, will have extraordinary effect in preemptively ending the terms of 5 council members whose districts are not expected to be up for election until 2024. Vanessa Smutas, Chito Vela, Leslie Plue, Mackenzie Kelly, and Allison Alter. Yeah, the rest of them are up. And even the city mayor is up. So that would be 11 people, 11 positions that could go either way. It could either remain in place unless they serve the 2 terms, unless they find a way to get past that. But this is the chance to clean house if we win. The 5 other council seats will not be impacted because there's already an expected to be on the November ballot as the mayor race. Although the mayor is the mayor of an 11-person council, the mayor is elected in a citywide vote, so that race will not be affected by the lawsuit, but he's up for re-election. Oh, go ahead and close you out. The city has received the lawsuit and our lawyers will review it and then brief council on the next available time. The city said in a statement, as soon as that could happen is when the council meets next week, March meets next on March 22nd and 24th. Ooh, Austin attorney Bill Asher filed a lawsuit Wednesday in Travis County District Court on behalf of the 12 registered voters who residents are set to change through the city's redistricting process. Some of them will be able to vote twice in 2 years after the moving from a district that was on the ballot in 2020 to a district that will be on the ballot this year. For the others who last voted in council in the district race in 2018, will end up being 6 years by the time they get to vote again. Oh, I see why the lawsuit's there. There are people that have voted, got their person elected, and won't be able to vote until the new district is up for re-election. Oh, or I mean, got moved, or these people voted and they got moved to a district that's not up for re-election for another 6 years, opposed to the 4 years. Oh man, I can see why this one might win. Lawsuit says adding more districts to the election will come at no additional cost to the city. Austin Mayor Kurt Wilson is a charm experience, but does not want him back as a mayor. Kelly, elected in 2020, says that she will review the lawsuit and the city's legal team as the only Republican on the council. Kelly impact by redistricting through losing the River Place community, which supported her heavily in the victory over the incumbent Jimmy Flanagan. As a city council member, I'm an advocate and supporting of voter rights. I understand that my action as a policymaker affect the entire community, regardless of the district boundaries. I will be consulting our attorney to understand the lawsuit's details as well as reviewing the history of the 10-1 council form of government in this process. Bella said that he has not yet reviewed the lawsuit. Poole and Fuentes declined to comment. Also, the other council member whose term would end early if the lawsuit succeeds did not immediately respond to the message, left seeking comments. Austin City Council District could have implications for the 2022 elections. I'll share the former Travis County judge is focusing on government transparency in his private law practice, has a long record of bringing legal actions against public agencies and believes they are violating the law or misleading residents. The issue raised on unprecedented in Texas, and this is the first time it has been presented in a state court. Assure has requested a quick decision so any appeals of the case can be resolved ahead of the August 22nd deadline for candidates to appear in the race for the November election. The city recently redrew the city council district boundaries through an independent group of volunteers and a process required every 10 years to balance the district's population using the U.S. city data. And the issues, regardless who draws the maps, there's always going to be people that are going to be upset. You're not going to be able to please everyone, but you're going to be able to piss everyone off. That's just my opinion. According to All-Share research, nearly 24,000 people are shifting from districts that will appear on this year's ballot to districts that will not. Another 16,675 voters were removed from being represented by one council member and being represented by a different council member without the opportunity to vote, according to the lawsuit. See, this right here is probably going to get him the win. Right here. So let's say I voted for my district, or this year my district is up, and now I am no longer able to vote because I'm in another district that's already has an incumbent and is not up to be for re-election for another 6 years. That would be a slap in the face. That means that I am not being well represented or be able to voice my concern. And I think that's how they're going to win this case. But since when in a Democratic Republic does the government tell the voters who their elected representative will be, opposed to the voters exercising their right to vote on who represents them? The lawsuit says the solution and the remedy sought is requiring all 10 council districts to be on the November ballots. Among the plaintiffs is Jennifer Mush Taylor, a former Austin City Council candidate and current member of the City Planning Commission. Muster is among three plaintiffs moving to District 10, which is represented by Alter, from District 6, which is represented by Kelly. All defendants in the 10th District Council members and Steve Mayor Alder. Dude, they may actually win because let's say I am in a district that's getting ready to vote, I'm doing the research, and I go out and vote, and my district is not there, and I find out that I can't vote because the next election is not until 6 years from now, or 5 years, or 4 years, doesn't really matter. This is probably how they're going to win, is this one right here. 16,675 voters were removed by being represented by one council member to represent from a different council member without the opportunity to vote. That is right there. I mean, 24,000 people shifting from districts that will appear on this year ballot to a district that will not. Actually, this right here is what I'm referring to. The 24,000 people who are ready to vote this year just to find out they can't because they're now in a district. That's going to have big implications. And as a follow up, I just find this hilarious. Texas Republican quits the U.S. House race amidst affair with former ISIS war bribe. That's right, the two-term representative Van Taylor on Wednesday withdrew from the Republican primary runoffs, ending his reelection bid after admitting that he had an extramarital affair with a widow of an American who joined the ISIS state, according to the media reports. Taylor, who represents the Northeast Texas district last year, voted for the creation of a special congressional panel to investigate the January 6, 2021. I'm not going to call it a riot. It wasn't really a riot, but it wasn't a peaceful protest at the U.S. Capitol, earning the ire of the former President Donald Trump, whose supporter mounted. There wasn't really any deadly attack. My understanding, only one person died, and that was from the hands of a gun from a cop. Today's withdrawal came one day after he led the pack of 5 Republicans in the primary race with 48.7% of the votes, just shy of the 50 needed to win his party nomination. With his withdrawal, the former Texas County Judge Keith Schuff became the Republican nominee who will run in November 8th general elections for the seat representing the area of North Dallas, including Plano. The Dallas Morning News quoted Taylor telling his supporters that he made a horrible mistake by engaging with an affair with a woman. There's no excuse. I mean, Taylor's congressional office in Washington did not immediately respond to a request for comment or saying whether he'll serve out the remainder of his term. I mean, it's only one more year. Almost one more year. Yeah, pretty much one more year. He should just stick it out. And once the election's over and the new person's sworn in, just take the money that you're going to be making for the rest of your life on our tax dollars dime and live a peaceful life. That's right. I just thought it was funny. It's just a funny article. I have no real comment to it. And I did see kind of pictures of her. I don't want to search for it. I mean, she's not bad looking. But at the same time, she's a widow of an ISIS member. Might want to do a background check if you're in government to know where you're dipping the company ink or your pen. And I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was funny. And both parties do this. You know, you get the Democrats that have Ping Pong, the Republicans have that Russian chick, and of course, now an ISIS chick. I just find it hilarious. Seems like our politicians can't keep it in the pants, unfortunately. With that being said, leave a comment down below. Are you one of the members in Austin that are affected by the redistricting? Do you want all of our government be up for elections this November? Let me know if you agree with that move. I'll be interested if it actually wins. That means we could definitely kick out some people who were for defunding the police, and hopefully we can make Austin great again. And what's your thoughts about the U.S. congressperson who had an affair with an ISIS bride? I just find it hilarious. Smash the like and subscribe button on any and all platforms, or just the one you're currently watching. But most importantly, have yourself a wonderful weekend. That's right. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the weekend. If you're working, I'm sorry. But make sure you take some time to enjoy what little time we have left here.